particularly dawah in a comparative sense. Dr. Zakir Naik, Mr. Deedat described Dr. Zakir Naik as Deedat Plus. And this says a lot about him. We are indeed honored to have him with us, because he keep on saying that Mr. Deedat has inspired him. And to us it is a great honor to have him with us here today, that he's in our presence. And today he will inspire us. And this is how the chain of events take place, that we continue to pass on the gifts and the ni'mah of Allah. The first generation and the second generation and the third generation and many generations of Muslims that came from the motherland India, they came here and they planted the seeds of Islam. Others came, they irrigated. Some of us, this generation, plucked the fruits of this, of all the work that have been done. We are very happy to see that Dr. Zakir Naik's generation is now coming to revive Islam in this country. Once again coming from Mumbai, once again coming from the motherland. They are taking a great lead today in the dawah, and we are extremely happy to see that the movement for Islam is alive in each and every part of the world today. And it is this message of hope and this message of resurgence that we feel whenever we meet our brothers from different parts of the world. Dr. Zakir Naik will speak. Can Islam offer more to humanity than religion? Can Islam offer more to humanity than religion? What is it that Islam can offer humanity? I just want to say briefly that the two doctors with us today have given up their medical professions, and they have committed themselves to the cause of the dawah. They spend more of their time outside. Dr. Zakir Naik spend more of his time outside this country than inside this country. That is the extent of his itinerary. We are indeed honored to have you with us here today, sir. You will also find amongst the audience here today are some of the students who completed a 1-month course in dawah at the IPCI a month ago. We also would like to welcome those students. And I think you should feel honored that today you are having the opportunity of listening to Dr. Zakir Naik. With much further ado, I'll ask our distinguished guest to address us. Jazakumullah.
Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalam. Ala Rasulillah. Wa ala ali wa sahbihi ajmain. Amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Ya ayyuhan nasu. Inna khalaqnakum min zakin wa unsa wa ja'alnakum shu'uban wa qaba'ila lita'arafu. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. Innallaha alimun kabir. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Brother Fawd, Dr. Shoaib, my respected elders, and my dear brothers and sisters, I welcome all of you with Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy, and the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of you. It's a pleasure once again to be in South Africa, and especially in the IPCI. And this is my 4th visit to South Africa. And one of the main reasons for all my visits to South Africa, including this visit, is to visit Sheikh Ahmed Deedat. I call him Uncle Ahmed Deedat. And IDM had requested me a couple of years back to come for a lecture tour. And one of the reasons that I accepted seeing a slot that was free in my schedule 2 years back was that I would have the opportunity to meet Uncle Ahmed Deedat again. And in this trip, the first person I met was Sheikh Deedat, and again I met him day face to day. And after Uncle saw one of my latest video cassettes on non-wage debate, he said, with tears rolling out, he can communicate through a board, as all of you may be aware, that my son, you have achieved in 4 years what took me more than 40 years. And I said, uncle, it is because of him that I was able to do it, because he gave it to us on a platter. Otherwise I would have taken 44 years. Uncle did the job. We have to take the advice, take the good thing that he has given us, and we have to move ahead. It is because of uncle that I am here today. Otherwise I would have been in the surgery. He is the one who inspired me. It was my ambition to become a doctor, and the ambition of my mother that I should become a surgeon, somewhat similar to Dr. Chris Barnard. As you may be aware, Dr. Christian Barnard also hails from South Africa, and he is the person who did the first heart transplant. So when I got involved in the field of dawah after being inspired by Sheikh Ahmed Didat, I asked my mother, what would you like me to be, Dr. Chris Barnard or Sheikh Ahmed Didat? So my mother said, both. But now when I ask my mother, would you prefer me to become like Dr. Chris Barnard or Sheikh Didat? She tells me, I can sacrifice 1,000 Christian Barnard for one Sheikh Didat, alhamdulillah. And we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may He give health to our beloved uncle Sheikh Didat. And it's because of Didat, Uncle Didat and IPCI that I have changed my profession from curing the body to curing the heart and soul. The topic that I've been given to speak today is, can Islam offer more to humanity than other religions? If you analyze all the major religions, they basically teach good things. The basis of almost all the major religions, they teach you good things. But the difference between Islam and the other major religions is that Islam shows you a way how to achieve a state of that good things. It shows you a way how to achieve those good things. For example, all major religions teach you that you should not rob. Hinduism says you should not rob. Christianity says you should not rob. Islam says the same. So what's the difference between Islam and the other religions? The difference is Islam shows you a way how to achieve a state in which people will not rob. Islam has a system of zakat. That is, every rich person who has a saving of more than the nisab level, 85 grams of gold, he or she should give 2.5% of that excess wealth in charity every lunar year. If every rich human being in this world gives a zakat, poverty will be eradicated from this world. There will not be a single human being who will die of hunger. And after that, the glorious Qur'an says in Surah Ma'idah, chapter number 5, verse number 38, as to the thief, be it a man or a woman, chop off his or her hand as a punishment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Many non-Muslims will say, chopping off the hands in this age of science and technology? Islam is a barbaric religion. It's a ruthless law. Today, one of the most advanced countries in the world is America. It is U.S.A. But did you know U.S.A has one of the highest rate of crime in the world, one of the highest rate of robbery and theft? I am asking you a question, that if you implement the Islamic Sharia in U.S.A, that is, every rich person who has a saving of more than